it and just be like, all right, cool. I'm testing out the waters where I'm just like, well, what if you did have it at all time and you were it was really sitting in your room? Would you really not touch it? I would try CBD. I know I cannot smoke weed. I would try CBD, see how that makes me feel. If there are no problems, then I would keep smoking CBD. But if there were problems, I would stop immediately. You know what I mean? Like, I would be like, you know what, this is not working for me. I don't like how this is making me feel. I can't smoke this anymore. But do I love the smell? Ooh, chef's kiss. Oh my gosh, you got that smell just right. Everybody thinks that it smells like a skunk. And I'm just sitting here like, no, it doesn't smell like a freaking skunk. It smells like heaven. It smells like freaking heaven. I can go over these stories over and over again. I love how I tell these stories. I'm just like, you can tell them from so many different angles. Like you're still getting the same information, but the problem is like I have nothing else to talk about in life. You know, I can't sit here for a whole freaking hour and talk about this, bro. I can't. Baby, breathe. I'm gonna stop it right here. That was a good chat. I got a little pissed off there because it's true. That's how my sisters are. They're not supportive. They're not supportive people. They've been dealt such a negative hand in life, and they push that on everybody else, and they don't realize that they're doing it. Like they look at themselves and they're like, "No, I finished college. I got my bachelor's degree. Um, I have a job that pays me 75, $85,000. I make $7,000 a month. I still save money. I'm trying to buy a house. You know, my sister Diana has like 53,000 in the bank. 53,000. How much do I have? I have like 30,000, but I can't touch it. Like I have a big chunk in the bank, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But if I go homeless, what would I do with it? Can I buy a tiny house? You know what? I think I'm gonna push for it. I'm just gonna be like, yo, mom, dad, I want to I want to be able to make sure that I have somewhere to live. So the problem with tiny houses, when you buy the land is pretty expensive. Like if you were to buy it in Pennsylvania, it's much cheaper than what it is in Edison. Like Edison, a plot of land is like 111,000. I was like 111,000. Right? It's $111,000 versus if you were to look elsewhere, like down South Jersey, it would come out to like $50,000, $20,000 for a plot of land. But the problem is like it doesn't have a sewage system, it doesn't have a water system. Where are you going to get all this stuff from? That's my biggest problem. But that would be the startup. So the tiny house, I would be like, yo, listen, I could cover the house. Can I buy the house and you buy the land for me and you help me with setting up and everything? With $30,000, you can do a lot. You could do a decent amount, but you can't buy the land. It's either you buy the land or the house. So you're gonna need investors. Who's gonna invest in me? My parents. So I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, can you pay for the land? I'll get the house and then help me out with plumbing and stuff like that. And then I have a place to live for the rest of my life. But that's the thing, like that's what the universe is telling me right now. The universe is just like sit down and make videos, dude. Just talk about your life. Talk about what you've been through. See who listens. If anybody wants to listen, that's great. You've been in a situation where somebody has wanted to invest in you, wanted to put money towards you, wanted to be your manager, wanted to front you stuff. Those people are still in your life one way or another, but like you've been in a situation where you haven't even had everything together. You didn't have everything together at all. And these people wanted to invest in you. So I'm just sitting here like, well, they wanted to invest in me because I was in my right state of mind at that point. So I was like, no, you weren't, bro. You were having episodes. You were freaking out, bro. You were freaking out. You just made a freaking movie. You just made a freaking movie. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Like Tyler the Creator talked about this. He was just like, bro, your views, this kid was making music. His views were like two or three views. And then Tyler the Creator saw it and he was just like, bro, I want to invest in you. So I'm sitting here like, yo, bro, I could, like, what do I have to offer? I just have my life experiences to offer. That's what you ever have to offer this world. And this world accepted it. The universe was just like, this kid wants to, this kid wants to deal drugs, but he starts to talk afterwards. He starts to talk way more afterwards. It's like it might not be the best decision ever, but I believe in him. And then the universe popped me out of my mother and was like, yo, here you go. I'm going to give you as much as I can. I'm going to give you as much as I can. I say universe, I don't really say God because did I ever meet God? Yes, I've met God. It was freaky though. Like, it was really freaky. Like, he talked to me through my friend at the time, and I was episode 100. Like when I'm talking about, like, bro, I was blasted, high as almighty, blasted, and my friend was just sitting there. I was sitting up on his bed like this. I was just like, bro, excuse me, and he was just like, he rolls in. This is him. This is all right. So I'm sitting at the bed, and then this is him. He's rolling in. He was like, "Hey, I'm God," and I'm just like, "Oh shit, it's God, dude." I was so high that I couldn't talk the first time. The first time I was just like, "Oh shit, it's God." Oh shit, did I die? Oh man. And then he's like, he gives me a dab. I smoked a dab, and then I'm just like, all right, I go back home. I don't know how I was acting. Dan has to explain to me what the hell happened. He has to because I don't know what happened in those segments. Like all I remember, he was like, "I'm God." I'm like, okay, yo, that's fucking awesome, bro. I met God. I think I'm dead. Oh my God, I think I died. Holy shit. Don't tell me I just freaking died. And I'm like, if I meet him again, I have to say something. I have to say something to God. I have to say something to God. The second time he comes in, I go to his room, I'm sitting on his bed, and then he's about to give me another dab. He rolls in again. He's like, I'm God. And I'm just sitting there like, so what now? Like, that's exactly what I say to God, bro. I'm just like, so what now? I'm like, yo, bro, I have to say something to God. I have to say something to God. And then that's what I say. I'm just like, huh, so what now? Like, I met you. So what now? Like, am I dead? Am I freaking dead? I don't feel dead. I'm high as shit. We're doing drugs. I did I should be I'm so scared of what you're going to say to me because I just did hella drugs, dude. You know what I mean? And now I'm meeting you, so this might not be good. But I'm gonna stop it here, bro. That was a good talk, guys. That was a good freaking talk.